In November of 2025, Jagex added a new skill to old school Runescape. Since sailing is based around exploration, I decided to embrace it by going from level 1 all the way to 99 completely blind. No tutorials, pre-release content or any RuneScape content about sailing. I didn't check any dev content or polls either. All I know about this skill is that you probably go on water. With like a boat. I wasn't around for the first 2 days due to work, other real-life obligations and honestly a bit of rollback phobia. But on Friday the 21st, I got up at 5:30 in the morning, made a cup of coffee and hopped on the grind. AKA walked 1 hour to work in a beautiful early winter morning and actually had to work at my job, which was unfortunate. I hate when that happens. Once I got home, I was finally ready to set sail towards a new skill cape. These are my sailing probably related resources, and yeah, I don't know what that stack of rope is about, possibly a phase during maxing. Even though the login screen gave promises of deck swapping, the skill actually begins with a quest, where you sail out to sea with duo Will and... Probably not a bad omen, right?
The wreck should be south of here. You need to head southwest.
Dude, stop complaining, I'm not fucking stupid. I'm not gonna get lost in Bortsar or my minimap is the wrong way around, oops. As I found what we were looking for, my upper management did the worst thing any NPC in a game can do. They messed with the player character. After waking up from Pandemonium, getting my own raft and taking on Steve's delivery task, I saw my first level up message in years. After the quest was completed, I was ready to start training. By doing more deliveries, I guess. Look at these elitists with their big boats. Charting some treacherous rocks while doing cargo deliveries. You know, as you should. By the way, I was actually doing charting based on in-game clues only, so it really took its time. Are you really telling me that my raft can't fit under here? Well, it looks like it wouldn't, so I guess that's fair. I quickly hit level 10 sailing and was ready to enable some more rum smuggling. Chart box near a new place. Okay. And for whatever reason I tried doing it with a spyglass. And somehow I managed to get stuck. On a raft. Dude, I'm so gonna end up in an internet historian video. After some more charting and deliveries, I hit 15 sailing and unlocked a lot of new things. Bigger boat, thank you very much. You can build so many things in these. I guess I'm going to try salvaging next as I had seen some shipwrecks nearby. Well, this is the proper RuneScape experience. Guess who left both of his boats in the new place and has no idea how to get there without one? Yeah. Luckily I found the recovery guy at least. I also found out that you cannot substitute bronze nails with better ones like in construction. I think. Anyway, I got the hook done, saw multiple tabs of more ship customization options I decided to intentionally forget about for now and set sail towards my first salvaging mission. Of course, on my way there I did a cargo delivery task and emptied all the useless junk out of my inventory. Well, at least the cargo hold can hold a decent amount of salvage. At the Port Sarim salvaging station, it's time to see what the sailors of this ship were carrying. Absolutely useless junk. Sounds familiar actually. Oh, that's dark. Still looking for that sealed crate near Pandemonium. Fuck it, I give up. I think I found the crate. Yo Steve, help. Oh, it's a quest. As it was turning evening at this point, I felt too lazy to start a new quest. And yeah, it's a 5-minute quest, but as I was not using guides, I couldn't have known. I mean, it's not like I could see this information in a quest log or anything. So I kept doing deliveries between Musa Point, Pandemonium and Port Sarim until I hit level 20 sailing and unlocked the port of Catherby. Time for some new deliveries and charting. I swear if real-life sailors had access to second monitor scrolling, we still wouldn't have found America to this day. 2300 total. At this point I decided to do deliveries between Catherby and Musa Point until something new unlocked. As I unlocked the RD port and did 2 deliveries there, I was confused why some tasks were given more XP than others. I didn't really get an answer to this, however at this point I got a very mischievous idea. My entire training at this point is based around delivering packages between ports. For a small fee, your ship can be instantly teleported to any port. What if I load my ship full of cargo, teleport to the destination and cry to the recovery service? Then my ship and all the cargo will instantly be teleported to the destination, and then I can just unload at the port, pick up new task and cargo, and repeat. I mean, surely no one at Jagex has thought about this. Well, fuck. I decided to kick off the second day with a couple of sailing related quests I unlocked yesterday. So in order to allow animals to work in Catherby, I, out of all people, need to do some paperwork. You know, just confidently lying about your insurance, sailing and mating experience, and home port, although none of the options even have a port. I mean, it's just a meme paper, right? Surely it doesn't matter what nonsense I put there. I then went and single-handedly elected a new mayor, who apparently didn't like to get cooked but was still willing enough to be part of the politics here. And of course the paperwork needs to be validated. I like how a 20-year-old game has the technology to read the player's mind and use it as dialogue. That's brilliant. After allowing animals to work in the area, it was time to use a duck to track some currents nearby. And no, I didn't try to start tracking the fishing spots. I'm just reversing out of this area for other reasons. After the quest, I picked up some deliveries to do on the way to the Pandemonium. Could I get that EHP? So, prying times. Get box from Port Sarim. Get crowbar from Thurgo. Go open a different box for practice, I guess. Imagine getting so drunk you hallucinate a troll to attack you, and when you kill the troll it drops more alcohol. After the quest, it was time for me to upgrade my ship. Now, I can't build a teak hull yet, cause I don't know how to get lead. The guy at the shipyard conveniently sells snails and swamp paste for the ship upgrades. Fuck. After a bit of googling, I found myself in the Lumbridge swamp case with no light source or weapon. That's the swamp tower, thank you very much. Next, I decided to build a new mast, for which I needed some cloth, conveniently sold by the guy in the shipyard. After gathering the other resources, I headed back to realize that the guy sold a wrong variant of cloth with the same item graphic. I'm really starting to hate this guy. I did Google how to get the new cloth. I know I wasn't meant to, but yeah. Oh, also I finally found a transportation method to the Pandemonium. I guess Captain Tobias here just forgot about the place for 2 decades and only remember it after I washed up on its shores. Anyway, it was time to get lead and build a steel salvaging hook. I also decided to build a bronze cannon and found out that Scammer Seb here sells repair kits, realizing that the cannon requires bronze cannonballs. More nostalgic free-to-play gameplay, except superheating. So this is just as shit as I remembered. But why am I doing all of this? Well, I recently unlocked combat port tasks at level 30 sailing and wanted to give it a try. So with my stack of cannonballs and repair kits, I set sail into the wild waters of Port Sarim to hunt for some bull sharks. Now, before facing the bull shark, I saw some low-level birds and a chance to safely test out the cannon. Well, that was easy. Okay, not gonna lie, this thing kinda slaps. 1 shark down, and loaded half of my ship with it. Not too bad, I guess. Shark number 3 was the first one to be carrying a liver with it. Lucky for me, because I'm all out of cannonballs. Now that's a pretty mad XP drop. However, getting the cannonballs takes way too long for this to be worth it. So back to cargo tasks and charting. I was able to tick off all the starting areas of charting, but one task in Lam Lagoon I was not able to complete. I checked all of this area, but didn't find the crate. The only place I thought the crate could be was beyond this gap. No matter how hard me and other sailors tried, we were unable to figure out how to get there, so I gave up. For now. I'm pretty sure currents can't go 2 ways on the same spot, right? I also decided to try my new steel salvaging hook at the fishing shipwrecks. Pretty good. Although I don't know why a fishing boat is carrying fishing bait, cause I'm pretty sure you can only use that stuff inland anyway. Then again, what do I know? I'm not the owner of the fishing fleet that has somehow managed to sink like 10 ships in the shores of Catherby. Dude, the ocean is so big, things you learn in video games. And then I discovered the most obnoxious game mechanic in the new updates so far. This alcohol can teleport you to places. Nice. Anyway, later that day, I got back to charting the Ardent Ocean. Oh, a castaway, hop on, I'll drop you off. Assuming my sailing level is high enough to dock anywhere. What? Nothing. This castaway actually reminded me of something. See, I'm carrying my entire cash stack as well as all my nature runes with me, for some reason. And I'm a skiller, aka I don't die. Therefore I have no clue how the new death mechanics work or what happens to my items if my ship was to somehow break down. Okay, As I was buying more repair kits from the shipyard, I decided to check if they were added to the charter ships as well. This would make restocking with repair kits so much faster. But then I made a discovery that would change everything. Okay, not everything, but it was very convenient. The charter ships now sell a huge stack of bronze cannonballs. This means I can actually try more combat at some point. For now though, back to charting. Yo, another castaway. Hopefully you won't attract all the sharks like the previous one. What? Nothing. At this point, I wanted a break from charting and decided I would try 3 different training methods for 1 hour. Method 1. Cargo deliveries. For this method, I ran around the already explored area, delivering stuff, without a real plan. At this point, my notes read, "Fuck Entrona Karen monks," which means I probably wasn't very happy about this. Okay, at least my stuff stays on the ship, but I'm still not coming here again. Didn't expect to get collection logs from doing this, but nice. I finished the hour with a little less than 5000 experience gained. Not too bad, but also kind of, bad. Next method. Fishing shipwrecks. Salvaging near the fishing platform and sorting in Caterpie. 6000 XP per hour. Not amazing, but still better than cargo tasks. I decided to try out Ospreys cause I didn't think I would need to do the lower level task. Even though I'm using the lowest level ammo with the lowest level cannon, but whatever. These things were kind of destroying my boat though. The XP drop was nice, but it took a long time to get those 3 feathers. Can't get multiple tasks for the same enemy, why? That would be so efficient. After killing Ospreys for another like 12 minutes, I was ready to turn in my second task. The XP drop is kinda nice though, and even if I can only get it 4 times an hour, it would still be better than the other methods I've tried. After some restocking, I decided to give a try for the lower level birds. These things die faster and do basically no damage to my boat. Time to see how much less XP these tasks give. It's the same XP, for whatever reason. Rest of the hour I spent only on these tasks, which you can repeat on the same port by the way. I finished the hour with 11.7k XP, which is nuts. But I wasted like 30 minutes on Ospreys. So I decided to try another hour, this time only with the low level birds. And I got an eye patch, cause I wanna be a mighty pirate. I finished off the hour with 19,000 XP gained. Yep, meta discovered, doing this for the rest of the evening, as well as the following morning. Here's 50 sailing. My task moved to Caterpie overnight, I guess they like reset daily or something. Anyway, time to buy a bigger boat. And of course to build some upgrades to it. I even found a spot for this thing that I remember having needed at some point, and I need some better hull parts, apparently. After some more running around, I had the maxed out ship, by which I mean a ship with all the upgrades I bothered to add at the time. Why can't I load the cargo hold in the shipyard? That's so annoying. Back to charting. Look at these noobs on a fucking skiff! Since the last time I did some exploration, I had unlocked a new kind of charting task. Diving down with a mermaid requires you to solve a riddle for them. Now, I like puzzles. I like to try and figure things out on my own, but these ones, I would never be able to figure one of these out. I didn't want to Google things for this leveling experience, but charting is only worth doing for the bigger completion rewards. So I decided to use Wiki for these ones. But now that I'm here, I had a dream about a problem with charting I previously couldn't figure out. Boat big, gap small, boat not fit gap. Raft small, raft fit gap. Yeah, I can't believe my problems are being solved by a Neanderthalian in my dreams, and I never even landed the programming job. With my new anti-disease station, I can finally chart this place. Time to take a break and build some storm-resistant sails. Wondering where I got that idea. With my new sails, I can finish off the Ardent Ocean by charting the Temporos area. Time to get some training. And I guess I need to go through some sort of tutorial about charting too. Can you tell me about charting? Not like I just charted an entire fucking ocean. So this bottle took me from the Great Conch all the way to Hosidius. I can already imagine one chunker sitting on this task for like 15 years. Anyway, I found my way back on the ship and soon encountered some spined krakens as well as a scary pool I decided to stay far away from. As I was exploring the unquiet ocean, I stumbled on another castaway. I can't believe you're this trusting of a captain wearing some cheap-ass diving gear. What? Nothing. Jack-X is trying to bait me, but I'm not stupid enough to get any closer to that thing. I might have to get closer to that thing. At some point, I realized that there are charting tasks that require level 57 sailing. As I don't fancy doing a second lap around the ocean later, I decided to leave charting until then. Now, many of you have probably been yelling in your head about my training methods, and for your peace of mind, I finally discovered the Barracuda shipwrecks. About 10k XP per hour. I did some of these as it's very AFK, but having to travel back to land to use the sorting station is kind of a pain, especially when I had already seen the sorting station in the boat facilities. As I was ready to do some more exploration, I checked the notice board for available tasks. Yeah, I have a bone to pick with these hammerheads. So I loaded my ship with all the cannonballs and repair kits I had and headed to a place I remember far too well. I don't think two-tick cannoning is a thing though. Oh, I accidentally found a safe spot, nice. As I finished getting all the chars, I prepared myself for the disappointment of getting the same XP as the low-level Term task. However, 3.4k, that's pretty damn nice, although I am using up stuff. I gave this training method a proper try and concluded it's about 24k XP per hour, making this my best training method so far. I took a break to get more teak repair kits, and I also noticed that the salvaging station I want to build requires a schematic. Outside of that, I was hammering the hammerheads all the way to 57 sailing. Oh yeah, I also got the shark trim, that's kinda cool. Now, instead of doing charting, which I was supposed to do, I remembered that there was one more sailing related quest to do. So I grabbed my probably questing-ish related items and some coral and headed to a quest start in the middle of nowhere.
I'm fine. Please,
leave me alone. Okay, bye. Well, that was fast. No, in reality we didn't take no as a no and forced our help on this poor guy who clearly didn't want it. I gave him some bandages, took him home, misgendered him, her, apparently, repaired some buildings, killed a bird and promised to join a battle against the bigger one. Now, this being a low-level quest and me being a max combat Giga Chad, I decided not to worry about gearing up for this holy fucking actual boss war. Time to put my PVM skills to the test. Well, that wasn't even close. Back to charting, for like the 5th time. Ha! Noob on a raft! Time to try out the weather tasks I unlocked at 57 sailing. This is a meteorologist. He studies the atmosphere to understand weather and climate, to predict storms, temperature changes and long-term climate changes so he can forecast this information to the citizens of Gielinor. Just kidding. He stands on random rocks throughout the shores of Gielinor, waiting for some random sailor to take his weather measurement tool and bring back some numbers. What are these numbers? Well, at first I thought it's a weather pattern, so I will just follow the wind around and figure how it's going. Easy. However, I quickly found myself back where I began. I had no idea what I was supposed to do here, so I ran around for like 20 minutes trying arrows in paint and considering throwing this stupid tool overboard. After some googling, again, I found out that I am supposed to find the spot where the wind circle is centered. But the center isn't really an area, it's like a very small, like just couple of tiles, so I cannot be bothered to manually do this. So similar to the mermaid riddles, I was eventually just looking up the spot from Wiki. Back at the unquiet ocean. Duck, I swear if you go there and I need to get my raft over here, I'm gonna be so mad. I found some large shipwrecks, and based on the amount of people here, this must be a proper training method. I swear if this teleports me away. Okay, at least I can try this salvage a little bit. Full cargo hold. Nice. But then, doing some nearby charting tasks, this happened. Yep, I'm completely stuck on, I don't even know what, a rock if I had to guess. I wrote in my notes, I'm so tilted I'm gonna boycott sailing, buy a red team cape and just pretend I remaxed the account. Well, as you can see, that didn't happen, and to be honest I may have overreacted a bit, but it was pretty annoying leaving all of my repair kits and salvage behind. Well, at least I saved like half an inventory of salvage. Anyway, I was now one task away from finishing the unquiet ocean, and for that one task I need my raft from here to here. I could of course take the safe route, but you know, I bet I can get past the Temporos area. Ha, easy! Oh yeah, of course, there are fucking sharks. But by taking more repair kits and going the other way, I was able to completely avoid all the sharks. Wow, 6k, I could have just killed a few hammerheads for that. Next up, Shrouded Ocean. Oh no, if I lose this duck, I swear I'm going to go back and start the tracking again. I quickly realized that I need 72 sailing to finish the Shrouded Ocean. So after browsing the journal for a bit, I decided to go chart the Sunset Ocean instead. Pirate wrecks found. Having taken some expired alcohol, I woke up the following morning in the abyss. Damn, I hope drunk me found a fairy ring here or something and I didn't just risk all of these cannonballs. During the charting of the Sunset Ocean, I ran into another current tracking that required a raft. After this, I decided to keep charting with the raft. It's easy to maneuver, fits into everywhere, and there is basically no downsides. Except that one. Well, the current trackings became a lot more intense. Sunset Ocean done, time for training, which I forgot because I got distracted making room in my cargo hold for my next operation. I want to go and try out the large shipwrecks I found south of the Great Conch. My plan was to get a full cargo hold of salvage and head to the salvaging station. I did this to level 60 sailing, getting around 15k XP per hour, but it was a lot more AFK than doing hammerheads. As I now have the level to build the adamant salvaging hooks, I decided to go for another round of upgrades. This time I would also build the salvaging station, as well as recruit a crewmate to help with the salvaging. Dude, comfort trees might actually be the new woodcutting meta. I was a bit lost on this crewmate UI at the start, but I eventually found Ada and recruited her. Time for the adamant part of the adamant hooks. Damn, it's taking forever. That's the hooks done. Time to Google how to get the salvaging station schematic. At first, I thought the schematic would be received through salvaging, since it's a lost schematic and all. Turns out lost just means that some asshole took the schematic, hid it in a chest on a deserted island and buried the key in the pandemonium. On my way to the island, I did some charting tasks I could see on the way. I swear if this drink teleports me away. Okay, arriving at the island, wondering why I can't open the chest with the key I got. At this point I realized I don't have a key. I don't have anything. At first I thought this was some sailing bug and I tried re-entering the ship a couple of times. As I left the island I saw a chat message that cleared things up. I mean, I still need to go get my items from a bank and get back on the island, but at least I didn't lose my stuff or anything. Salvaging station done. Time to head back to the large shipwrecks and try out my new deck. Your crewmate requires 2 deck handiness to use that facility. What a fucking surprise. Can I like throw her overboard or something? Well, I'm done sailing back and forth, so I will just solo salvage for a while. With the salvaging station on board, I was gaining about 20,000 XP per hour. A bit worse than hammerheads, but you know, very AFK. So I did this for a while, watching movies and stuff, until I hit 64 sailing. I did read the wiki for a bit and found out that Siad actually has enough brain cells to operate a salvaging hook. I also found out that Siad is located somewhere in the desert mining camp. This gate needs a key in order to be opened. Fuck. I had a memory of doing a quest many years ago where this captain dropped the key for this gate. Imagine carrying a weapon though. Now I of course ran around the entire mine until I finally found Siad in the first building next to the gate I entered from. Level 64 sailing unlocked pirate shipwrecks, and I remembered seeing those south of the pest control area, so that's where I headed next. Can't fit through the gap, I need to go around. Oh, someone crashed these rocks. He probably thought his ship could fit through, that's fucking embarrassing. So I put Siad on the other hook and handled the other one myself, while Ada just stood around.
A pirate's life for me.
Shut up. I finished the first hour with 33,000 XP gained. That's amazing compared to anything I've done previously. So I kept doing more pirate shipwrecks. This day also marks the first week of sailing being out. I decided to check the high scores and realized that I was rank 76,987. I swear no one who plays this game has a fucking life. 72 sailing. Now I have the requirements to finish the Shrouded Ocean charting, however that had to wait for one more day because work and laziness and stuff. This is all the loot I kept from a couple of days of pirate shipwrecks, nothing special really. I finished off at 74 sailing, but now it's time for some ship upgrades. In order to build a camphor hull for the sloop and raft, the boats I use for charting, I need a total of 430 camphor logs. I ended up building the camphor hulls, adamant helm and adamant cannons. Now that I had my ship upgraded, it was time to finish charting the Shrouded Ocean. Dude, I didn't even know there are 4 negative effects in the game. And of course I forgot food. Well, hopefully my crewmates don't get alked like the cargo. New collection. Alcohol hallucination troll and I don't have a weapon. Again. Yo, can you guys like do something? Well, at least the hallucination cannot hurt me. Holy shit. I eventually discovered the mercenary as well as merchant shipwrecks. Holy XP drop. I have to say these XP drops felt really nice. Even though doing this without a guide was so slow, salvaging would have been a lot faster XP per hour, but still. So I had a lot of issues with this one task. Find blah 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 west of blah blah island. I sailed around for like 15 minutes and ended up checking the wiki. Great. That's the Shrouded Ocean done. And the training, no training, I guess I forgot about it. Again. Day 10 I basically spent at the mercenary shipwrecks, gaining about 55,000 XP per hour. 77 sailing, good time to take a break for the Western Ocean charting. 11 shipwreck charted, what the fuck are these? I found another castaway while looking for an alcohol crate to sample. What? Nothing. Port Sarim, not too bad, right? Right? Of course they would put the weather thing one tile too close to the shore so that the sloop doesn't fit. It's like they don't want the smaller boats to just be dead content. To avoid having to change boats constantly, by which I mean at all, I decided to keep going with the raft. Oh, it's a dog. Let's get you out before those sharks eat us alive. Woof! Nothing. Sup guys? Wait, why is this dog leading me to the Krakens? And why the fuck am I following it there? Well, at least I can bank these hellhound heads I got from somewhere. Oh, Leo, please give me the zombie mask. What? Okay, bye. Anyway, even though I just kept doing charting with the raft to avoid having to change ship constantly, I returned to the Krakens with the sloop. Are some shrimps trying to bite my ship or something, heh? This water looks different, should I go there? Nope, I need a stronger keel. This area has level 66 sailing requirement. 66 sailing unlocks the adamant keel. I think I need an adamant keel. Didn't know how to make one, so yeah, I need 400 adamant bars. Well, that took forever. So I made the keel parts, built the keel and headed back to the crystallized water to finish off charting in the area. But seriously, who put Krakens in the same area with a mermaid card, for fuck's sake? These tight canals are a pain to navigate. There are some traps that crystallize the helm, making the player take damage until broken off. Fair enough. However, stopping to remove the crystal accidentally escaping the helm while the ship is on top of one of these traps permanently crystallizing the helm and preventing me from getting back on it. I'm so fucking done with this place. And I've only been here like 3 minutes. Okay, finally got back on. So I actually don't fit in here. And there is no place to turn. The only thing this place is missing are portals with huge hitboxes that will teleport you to the other side of the entire oh, for fuck's sake. Just following a duck. Don't go to the portal. Navigating this area reminds me of the horrible forests of Tiranwin where you need to navigate for some early game quests. Oh great. Another time I got swallowed by a portal even though I was nowhere close to it. And whenever this happens I need to navigate all the way around the maze back to the current tracking starting point. Oh, that's convenient. So this weather task location is basically at the edge of the maze wall. I tried every possible angle from the inside but nothing was working. After a couple of minutes I found my way outside and found like one tile where this task actually works. Now I just need to navigate all the way back through the maze to turn it in. Finally this area is finished. And I'm also finished. I mean, I'm really not gonna miss this place. Okay, so why would I not be able to chart the Northern Ocean? Okay, cool. So I went back to the port of Korend, checked the tasks and saw a combat task for the armored Krakens. You know, I could get some revenge for sinking my raft. However, this task is locked behind 80 sailing, so I went to complete all charting besides the Northern Ocean. This time I also remembered the training. If only I also remembered my log. Oh, I still need beekeepers for the collection log. Okay, bye. Dude, what is wrong with my random events? Anyway, I got the training and left for mercenary shipwrecks to finish off 80 sailing. That was fast. I wish. So I loaded up with repair kits and cannonballs I got through salvaging. I also decided to put on some ranging gear, since cannoning gives ranging XP, maybe range bonus helps, I don't know. Ink of the armored Krakens is needed for books. Makes me wonder how they had books before the update, but Okay, so I found the Krakens. This is gonna take a while. 5 repair kits and 40 cannonballs for 1 Kraken. Yep. Yeah, no way I'm tanking 2 of these. Well, I got the ink, took like 15 minutes and the XP not good enough. I decided to try out the delivery tasks in the new areas, maybe the XP here is better. Wow, the crewmates actually help with the boxes. The delivery from Korend to Relega took like 5 minutes and rewarded less than 2k XP. Bad. So from all the training methods I've tried, the mercenary salvaging is the best one. However, rank 1 sailing has gotten around 50 million XP in 13 days. With 50,000 XP per hour, that averages to something like 70 hours a day. Now, even for a Runescape player, that's a lot on one account. So it was obvious to me that there are some better training methods available. I saw some guys sailing around in the shitty maze I just wasted over an hour in, and I'm starting to think they weren't there for fun. I really thought I would never have to see this place again. You can only take part in a barracuda trial with a skiff. Well, fuck. The following day, after gathering some materials, I was ready to upgrade my skiff and head back to the Gwynedd Clyde. I decided to start with the unranked trial, to not be pressured by some time limit. So activate 3 crystals and collect 30 boxes. No problem. Well, there are no boxes here. Maybe through green portal? Oh, okay. Green portal again. Back at start, what? Found more boxes. Through blue portal, okay, not working, fine. I don't even know where to look for these boxes, the entire crystallized area. I am still missing a crystal and 8 boxes, and I have made no progress in the last 3 minutes. Okay, maybe I'll try the blue portal again, this time it worked, I understand nothing. But hey, more boxes. Okay, I already went through the blue one, so maybe north? More boxes, just get them before the portal, oh for fuck's sake. Okay, at least I found my way back here. So I finished my first run of the Gwynedd Clyde in 10 minutes and 8 seconds. Now, I understand games these days are designed to be played with add-ons and a wiki open on the second monitor, but this content is really rough for those who don't. Which became even more apparent in my next run, where I got stuck on 29 out of 30 boxes and 2 out of 3 crystals. With no indicators and limited render distance, I was basically just searching the entire area again and again until I finally finished the run in 15 minutes. This would not do. So for my next run, I decided to carefully mark out the location of the crystals and each box. And when I say carefully, I mean I just slapped a mark in the general area of the boxes. I also drew a line where I was being teleported by each crystal. And yeah, it took a while. However, now with a clear and accurate map, it was time to start theorizing the route. The first route I came up with. Take 3 boxes at the start, go through white portal. Go through blue portal, get the boxes and go through the green portal. Run around and get to 26 boxes. Go through green portal, around the start into this place. Get all boxes, go through white portal back to the open area. Go through the white portal to activate the crystal, cause apparently the previous white portals didn't. Sub 4 minutes, that's good. I mean that's like 45k XP per hour, but I can do better, I hope. After a couple of more runs, I came up with a better route. Take 3 boxes at the start, go through white portal. Go through blue portal, get the boxes and go through green portal. Run around and get to 26 boxes. Go through white portal, take boxes through blue portal. Finish off with the green portal. 2 minutes and 35 seconds, that's a lot better. I did couple of more runs, mostly sub 3 minute, getting around 22 runs per hour, something like 66k XP per hour, that's actually better than salvaging. However, I was ready to try the swordfish rank. I was kind of surprised cause the portals and boxes were the same as unranked, and I even got the bonus XP without hitting the time limit. So I actually don't understand what's the point of the unranked trial, but whatever. The fact that this just gives 1000 more XP per run puts the XP rates to around 88,000 XP per hour with 22 runs an hour. I also found a further optimization to my route, leaving the 2 boxes close to the green portal till last. As I got more used to the route, I also started to trim the sails more often for more speed. Soon, I got a 220 run with no notable mistakes. Dude, this is slowly turning into a Trackmania video. Another 220. Getting this time every run would convert to something like over 100k XP per hour. Of course that's not realistic, but even around 90k XP an hour is insane compared to what I've been doing so far. This XP rate being the best possible would put the rank 1's daily hours to just under 40, which is still a bit too much even for a Runescape player, but it's the best I can figure out. Now at this point I was meant to take the dog out and come back to record, but it actually took me over 3 days to hit the record button. I basically did nothing but the Gwynedd Clyde and mercenary shipwrecks whenever I needed to AFK. So we jump to day 17 of the grind, as well as level 87 sailing. But what am I doing in the shipyard? I want new sails, as well as this wind catcher thing I've seen other players have in the Gwyneth Clyde. So I went and planted some hemp for the bolts of canvas, as well as quickly got all the other materials together. Well, all but one. The wind catcher requires a wind mount, which can only be acquired through the lower level Barracuda trail. The Ghibli Chive, located in the fetid waters south of Castle Wars. I swear I built the fucking station before. Okay, what do I need? Nothing really. That's all the materials, although you might be seeing an issue I'm going to run into. There's no inoculation station in the menu. I went through a couple of different looking facility spots, but concluded that the station cannot be built on a skiff. Well, I guess this Barracuda trail is designed for the sloop. Makes sense, 3 ships, 3 Barracuda trails, maybe it's 1 each. So I dropped the potions, recovered my big ship, and headed around the Myths Guild to the trails. Collect boxes, get toads, bait bird with toads. Okay, easy, let's go. You can only take part in a Barracuda trail with the skiff. Well, fuck. So, confused AF, I went back to the shipyards to go through the same facility options as before. It's still not here. Of course, the cursed thing was hidden under the hood, why not? And conveniently I banked all the materials for it. I must be the most regular customer of this guy. That's all the materials, although you might be seeing an issue I'm going to run into. I don't have enough of the fucking potions. It's 4 doses, not 4 potions, you dumbass. Hello guys, missed me already? Okay, finally got this station built, and everything prepared for the Ghibli Chive. However, all of this nonsense put me off so bad, I just wanted to go back to brain dead grinding mode for the rest of the day. Over the couple of days of practice on the trial, I had optimized my gameplay to get times closer to 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and I actually was able to get a 2:10 on the same day. While playing more of the Gwyneth Clyde, I found one more optimization to my route. It was possible to save around 1 second by taking this box on the way to the blue portal instead of the green one. I guess the extra turn needed is just a bit smaller this way. Anyway, sub 2 minutes still doesn't feel real at this point, so it's time to harvest the hemp and build the canvas sails. The sails did make a visible improvement, getting me closer to the 2-minute time, but not quite there yet. Level 87 sailing unlocked the merchant shipwrecks, the best shipwrecks in the game. I decided to put the Barracuda trails on hold for now and go try out the new AFK method. There are so many players here that my game is actually slowing down. I guess that's a good sign. 200 XP each, that's nuts. I mean, the loot is pretty much useless, but whatever. Dude, the lag is so bad I can't actually even drop the items. I did this for 1 hour and got 80,000 XP. During this week I had a lot of work and less energy, so I just AFK'd here for a couple of days. 92 sailing, halfway to 99, damn, that's depressing. Anyway, today's plan. Go speedrun the wind mode from the Ghibli Chive, build the wind catcher, and become a chat gamer, beat the Gwyneth Clyde times to unlock the Marlin trial and hopefully my new best training method. Well, the speedrun began with me being lost, running around the place getting all the boxes at just 45 minutes over the time limit. Now I just need to find the bird. Okay, found him, but I can't throw a toad at him. This one, yeah, okay. Easy, just 3 minutes faster. Dude, missing these boxes by like 1 tile is so lame. 2:16, just 13 seconds to go. Basically the route is fine, just don't miss 2 boxes. Okay, easy game, now for the shark rank. Same thing, just 1 extra bird and more boxes. The first bird is the same as the earlier one, okay. 1 bird and 12 boxes to go in 1 minute, oof. Well, I found more boxes, but the bird isn't on any of these branches either. Okay, found the bird, right next to the boat. 7:39, okay, what was the time limit again? 3 minutes, oh crap. I did couple of more runs, but was struggling to remember the box locations, as I didn't end up mapping this trail like the Gwyneth Clyde. Eventually, I started to chip closer to 3 minutes and finally got a time of 3 minutes and 8 seconds. So, the route that I ended up using. Take boxes along the north path, go through the narrow patch in the fetid area, grab the toads. Throw a toad at the yellow flag, picking up boxes south of the fetid area. Go back north to pick up rest of the boxes and throw a toad at the red flag. Slow down for the most awkward turnaround. Pick up the boxes around the central flag. Go through the second fetid area, picking up boxes and throwing toads at all the flags. Change to outside at the pink flag to have a better turnaround at the starting area. Pick up rest of the boxes up north. Go past the middle flag, throwing a toad at it. Go around the second fetid area, throwing toads at all the flags. Turn back inside at the pink flag to pick up the last boxes and finish. Easy! Just do all of that 8 seconds faster. 2 runs later, a new PB of 3 minutes and 7 seconds. New PB, except I missed a box somewhere. Couple of runs later, I basically got a run with no clear mistakes. Tight turns, getting the speed boost from the rapids and not missing boxes or toads. 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Now, at this point, I wasn't sure if it was possible to improve by 5 seconds with this route. Trimming the sails gives a short immunity to the slow effect applied by the fetid pools, allowing some small shortcuts to be used. Still not enough. Next run, ahead by couple of seconds, easy sub 3 and I fucking misclick. Well, it was nice to be sure that sub 3 is possible with this route. Okay, finally got it, with couple of seconds to spare. Hello, bird, you coming? Sometime later, I found myself throwing the final toad at 2:54, the same time as earlier. However, there was some randomness involved with the bird timing, and this time luck was really on my side, since the bird took an entire 2 seconds less time to arrive than previously. This took over 2 hours, and it was some of the most intense gameplay I have ever done, so I decided to take a break and continue with my speedrunning plan tomorrow. Back at the Gwynedd Clyde, let's smash through that 2-minute barrier. Okay, I'm a bit rusty, that's fine, that's just a warm-up. I hope. Then again, I don't think this wind catcher was doing anything. Oh. Okay, so I can click on this thing to release some wind, okay. I mean, it feels kinda bad to be honest, but maybe the speed boost is worth it. The fact that you escaped the helm in order to use this thing is so stupid though. This run was not optimal, but 2:21 is so bad, I don't really know. The wind catcher gives a small boost when going over the modes in the trial. Maybe that's all I need, since my PP before the catcher was already a 2:04. Okay, I can't even tell that these modes do anything. With some suboptimal turning, I got a time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds, but the speed from the wind modes didn't do anything. I gave this some more attempts, but the speed boost really isn't there, and releasing the modes is never worth it due to my character exiting the helm of the ship, losing all of my speed. And this is all to say that, yes, I just spent over 2 hours for a completely cosmetic upgrade. So, in order to beat this trial, I'm gonna need a faster hull. The ironwood hull is the same speed as my current one, but the rosewood hull is actually faster, so I need one more sailing level in order to build that one. So, back to training. Although, I have to admit something. Couple of days ago, the thing I've been trying to avoid all this time actually happened. I got spoiled by a thumbnail. So now I know that delivery tasks can earn up to 200,000 XP per hour. That's over 2 times the XP rate I'm getting at the Gwynedd Clyde, so I went exploring the notice boards. At the port of Corand, I saw a delivery task with a very high sailing requirement. Maybe these ones give a lot of XP. Okay, the XP drop is kinda sad. However, I saw that there was a delivery from Corand to Lunar Isle and 2 deliveries from Lunar Isle to Corand. Now that sounds efficient, so I gave it a go. After a couple of trips, I calculated the XP rate to be about 55,000. I need to try something else. The Fremennik area has many ports in a small circle. Maybe quantity over quality is the trick. I mean, seems to work in the real life, right? These XP rates were so pathetic I didn't even bother to estimate any XP rates. One last idea I had was to do deliveries over a long distance. Relega to the Sunset Coast? That's probably a long distance, cause I don't even know where it is. And there's a task both ways. So I loaded my ship and set sail far, far to the south. I mean, I'm unloading and loading up at the same time. Doesn't get more efficient than this. What the fuck was that? Well, maybe the trip back north will be more rewarding.
A pirate's life for me.
No, we are honest delivery people. Back at Relega and, well, that's better. Between trimming the sails and getting the delivery XP, this trip earned me about 14,000 XP. That trip also took over 15 minutes, resulting in less than 60k XP per hour. So I don't know what drugs I need to take to gain 200k XP per hour, but I don't have those, and this is a waste of time. Therefore, I decided to go back to salvaging, since nothing else seems to make sense. I mean, the Gwynedd Clyde is slightly better XP, but you know, a lot more intense. This time I'm also taking the seed box with me. It was so painful dropping all of those herb seeds. Damn, I've done way too many master farmers in my time. Oh yeah, I probably also should make runite hooks at some point. I didn't do anything but salvaging for the next couple of days because of work and laziness and stuff. I got 93 sailing, the level required for the rosewood hull, putting me at rank 36,702 and only like little over 100 million XP behind rank 1. For the rosewood hull, I need 50 rosewood planks. I already knew the location of the rosewood due to being stuck there over an hour while charting. And of course there's no bank here, but the trip from Goran isn't that bad and I only need 2 trips anyway. I did Google the Capro nickel bars and found out that nickel can be mined in the deep fin point. Oh yeah, of course I need to make these logs into planks first. 172,000 GPU, and that's not even half. So what else do I need? 300 dragon nails. Well, I have been getting those through hours and hours of salvaging, putting me at a total of 11. After a bit of research, frost dragons seem to be the only sensible option for 300 dragon nails. Frost dragons are located in the Grimstone Island, requiring the Eternal Brazier to access. As I checked the materials needed for that, I decided to get the materials for 2 rune hooks as well. Exactly 14 nickel ores later, back at my superheating spot. Oh, I don't have nature runes. Well, that was annoying. Anyway, back at the spot, I fucking high out one of the nickel ores. Bye. 2 days later, after recovering from that incident as well as having some time to think, I decided not to go for the rosewood hull. Getting the 300 dragon nails would take way too long, even if the rosewood hull enabled better trial ranks for more XP. Not to mention the frost dragons are probably crowded AF and my introverted ass wants nothing to do with crowded places. So, new plan. Get materials for 2 rune salvaging hooks. Go find another slave, I mean crewmate, who isn't fucking useless. Go back to salvaging but use the second crewmate while sorting salvage to get 100% uptime on both hooks. Probably do this to 99 sailing. Unfortunately, rune hooks require rune bars, and I was very surprised by the amount of Falador-based Supreme one-chunk accounts. I mean, every world is gone. Bro, who the fuck mines a runite? I found free rocks at the 2350 total level Australian world, but immediately got crashed by 2% of the server's population. This sucks. Then I remembered seeing some runite rocks in the deep pinpoint mine. Surely the one-chunkers haven't rolled there yet. But then, something happened. On my way to the deep pinpoint, I made a discovery that would change everything. It would make me reconsider the reality of what is possible when it comes to sailing training. Forever. You can release the wind modes from the sailing menu, without your character leaving the helm. This means that the swordfish trial at the Gwynedd Clyde is actually doable without the rosewood hull. But I'm in the middle of a much more comfortable plan, so I'll put that aside for now. Deep Finpoint Mine, and a bunch of free runite rocks. Never mind, the one chunkers got here first. But I mean, seriously, who the fuck is mining runite? You guys really pay membership to do like the worst free-to-play content? Fucking idiots. I mean, I guess I'm also doing this, but you know. Now the Ironwood location, I actually googled because I didn't remember seeing those anywhere. Finally, at the remote island in the middle of nowhere, I don't have a fucking axe. Oh, okay, there's a bank. I hate this game. No one saw anything, let's just get this wood now. Now that I have both hooks upgraded, it's time to get my new slave. I saw that Jobless Jim has the brain cells to use a salvaging hook, and that he is located somewhere in Port Sarim. Of course at the bar. Anyway, at the salvaging spot, time to try out the new XP rates. So at first, my plan was to let Siad fill the cargo hold and give my hook to Jim while I'm sorting through Siad's salvage. Siad got 69 salvage in 1 hour. Dude's about to be ex-salvager Siad. During this hour, I got a little over 90,000 experience. Now you might be thinking, that's not 100% uptime on both hooks. Yeah, I know, I'm stupid. I eventually realized this and started to use the cargo hold myself too. This increased my XP rates closer to 100k, and that's insane for something this AFK. With my new wind mode release tech, I returned to the Gwynedd Clyde. Well, let's just say that the first run was pretty rusty. Second run, and I already beat my BB by a second. This is actually gonna work. No, dude, 1 more second. Of course I missed the last box and go through the portal and miss the XP. I was getting some close attempts, until finally, after like 30 minutes of warm-up, It was just about doable. I mean, I needed a very clean run. I was a bit nervous about the next rank, since it had 2 more portals and almost double the boxes. Luckily, the path was pretty straightforward, continuing directly from the previous one. There was just this one awkward part, where the boxes were not in a direct path, but required some maneuvering to get to. First finish was already pretty fast, no missed boxes, no getting lost. Easy. I can probably time this rank too, if I just grind the entire evening. Just kidding, I had to leave immediately.
I didn't play over the Christmas days. Just ignore that 1 million XP I got during the holidays. The first run back was already just over 4 minutes. I estimated this pace to be around 140k XP per hour, which makes it noticeably better than salvaging. This part is the only clear issue I was facing. I was not quite sure how to optimally pick up these boxes. Anyway, I was getting closer to the time limit. How did I not get that box? And how the fuck did I hit that portal? Well, of course this portal takes me back to the box. Nope. Yeah, that happening occasionally is like the most annoying part of this training method. Anyway, sometime later, with optimal first half, decent box cluster pickup and mode timings, I was able to just about beat this rank. I was rewarded with a huge XP drop and the Heart of Ithel, giving me my 400th collection log. Damn, I can soon put logger in my Tinder bio. The last rank of the Queeneth Glide has 8 portals and nearly 100 boxes. Now, I have to admit I was very overwhelmed and lost with this trial, taking me nearly 15 minutes for my first finish. I continued with a couple of sub 10 minute runs, until I finally started to figure this out and got a 7:36. However, this was not a route, this was me just running around until I finished. See, I have a short-term memory of about 1 minute, so whenever I take a path, next time I get there in 7 to 8 minutes, I don't remember anything about it. Therefore, I decided to start noting down portals and ideas, as I was really uninterested in trying another map with 100 boxes and 8 portals. That at least guarantees a finish. I mean 9 minutes isn't too bad considering I stopped to take down notes. 6:59, not too bad, first sub 7. After another 7-minute run, I calculated these runs to build up to a total of around 170k XP per hour. That's nuts. And for the first time since the sailing release, I have found a training method which would put the rank 1 player's daily hours played just below 24, with even 15 minutes to spare for sleeping and stuff. Anyway, I kept doing this for a bit, tried some alterations to my route but couldn't find anything better. Through small optimizations, I got a 646 and hit 10 million total sailing XP. However, with other stuff to do, or at least wanting to do other stuff, as well as the new salvaging method being almost 100k XP per hour, I couldn't resist the urge to go back to AFK skilling. I quickly got level 97 salvaging followed by 98 a couple days later. The AFK side of this method was a bit ruined by the fact that no one else is doing this anymore, so now I have to move constantly since the shipwrecks don't rotate as often. On my way to level 99, I remember that I had some unfinished business to do. I still have 1 ocean left to chart. So let's quickly get all the materials for the brazier and get this out of the way without any extra steps, well fuck. So I need to dig somewhere on this island. Dude, I already miss salvaging. Surprisingly, I was smart enough to build this on a skiff, since Sloop has the issue of not feeding everywhere. Do you ever just drink some expired alcohol and wake up in the middle of a troll gangbang? Oh, great, I haven't been there in like... forever. Let's just not get close to these things, okay? This zombie doesn't even look like a hallucination. Jim, can you like hop on that cannon and blast his ass? Also, why can I not kill this guy? Oh, great. See ya. So the skiff cannot fit everywhere. At least this part doesn't require the brazier. Whoa, that XP drop. Oh wait, I can't fit here either. Wait, I can reach. Ha, don't have to leave anywhere to get the raft. Fuck. Of course I need a raft for like 1 more task. After the last charting task, I was ready to see the biggest XP drop in my life. Back at the Queeneth Glide to finish things off. So I got 99 sailing, and I was the 23,330th player to do so. However, I think this is the first time ever I have a 99 in a skill before anyone gets to 200 million XP. Anyway, how was it to do a proper, almost completely blind playthrough of a new skill? Pretty fun. Annoying at times, sure, but overall very cool. Anyway, I'm out. Bye.